Hello and a very warm welcome to Jakarta, the Indonesian capital situated on the northwest coast of the island of Java, the most populous island in the world. And Jakarta is the second most populous city in the world, which means it's always a busy and vibrant place. And we're here at the iconic and newly refurbished Istora Senayan for semi-finals day at the Daihatsu Indonesia Masters. This is the 8th staging of this particular event, but it's the first time it's been held here in the Indonesian capital. This is also the 3rd event on the new HSBC BWF World Tour. 27 events in total, consisting of 5 different levels of tournaments, 11 Super 300s, 7 Super 500s, 5 Super 750s and 3 Super 1000, plus the end-of-year finale, the World Tour Finals in Guangzhou in December. So as far as this year's calendar is concerned, this shows just the first 12 tournaments of the year, and you can tell the level of the event due to the colour indicator next to the tournament's name. The green means it's a Super 300 event, the bronze indicates a Super 500, which is what this event is, the silver a Super 750, and the gold next to the All England in March and the Indonesia Open in July indicates that they are 2 of the 3 Super 1000 events. So it's semi-finals day today, 8 matches for you this afternoon, and we're starting with mixed doubles, an all-Indonesian affair with the reigning world and Olympic champions and 3-time former champions here, AHMAD and NATSIR, up against the new pair of Jordan and OKTAVIANTI. Then it's men's singles, and Anthony Ginting yesterday beat the reigning Olympic champion Chen Long. That was his 2nd victory over Chen Long in 2 weeks. Today he's up against Chao Tianchen of Chinese Taipei. Then it's women's singles, and 2 former world #1s, Ratchanok Intanon, who won this title in 2010 as a 15-year-old. She's up against the 2012 Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal of India. Then it's women's doubles, and it's a repeat of last year's French Open final. Lee So-hee and Shin Sang-chan up against the winners in Paris, Polly and Rahayu. Then it's men's doubles, and the world #1s Gideon and Sukamuljo winning a record 7 Super Series titles last year. They're up against Ranki Reddy and Shetty of India in their first ever semi-final at this level of tournament. Then we're back to women's singles, and the current world #1, Tai Su Ying, who also won 7 titles last year. She's looking to reach a 2nd final in 2 weeks. She's up against the left-handed former champion here, He Bingjiao. Then it's the 2nd of the mixed doubles, and Zheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong trying to reach a 5th final in only their 5th tournament together. They're up against Go and Lai from Malaysia. Then we finish with women's doubles, and a repeat of the 2016 Rio Olympic Games final. The silver medalists Yule and Pedersen from Denmark up against the gold medalists Matsutomo and Takahashi from Japan. So a terrific line-up, and with mixed doubles being our first semi-final of the day, a chance for us to look at the draw from semi-final stage. Only 4 different nations, 3 Indonesian pairs, all in the top half, as you can see. And it means we've won an all-Indonesian semi-final in the top half of the draw, and the bottom half of the draw, well, it was an all-Malaysian battle in that bottom quarter. And the other quarter-final in the bottom half of the draw was a repeat of the final from last week, but a reverse result. So Zhang Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, beaten by the Hong Kong pair a week ago, are in the semi-final this week, and as I was saying, will later on be trying to reach their 5th final in only their 5th tournament together. Well, the fans here in Istora Senayan make this one of the most iconic venues in world badminton, and they absolutely adore these 2. Liliana Natsir and Tontowi AHMAD, gold medalists from the Rio Olympic Games, reigning world champions, 2-time world champions in fact, and winners of this event on 3 separate occasions, 2010, 12 and 15. And today they're looking to reach their 5th final at this particular tournament. the Indonesian fans love their badminton, and they love all Indonesian players. And here come Praveen Jordan and Melati Diva OKTAVIANTI, who are a brand new partnership. They only formed their partnership last week at the Malaysian Masters. But these two individuals have both won the Malaysian Masters title with different partners. In fact, Praveen Jordan has been in 2 finals with 2 previous partners. He won the title in 2013 with Vita Marissa and was beaten in the final in 2015 with Debbie Susanto. And who did he lose to in that final? Well, his opponents of today. OKTAVIANTI, well, she is officially defending champion because she won the title in 2016 in Balikpapan with Ronald, but there was no Indonesian Masters last year because it was due to take place in December, and it was postponed to be part of the new HSBC BWF World Tour. So Tontowi AHMAD is 30 years of age, born in Banyumas, and they're currently number 3 in the world ranking, but they did spend a total of 101 weeks as world number 2s. Their 6th appearance and trying to reach their 5th final in their 6th appearance. That's a pretty good record, isn't it? Liliana NATSIR, 4 times world champion, because of course she won the world title twice with Nova Widianto. 32 years of age now, born in Manado, right in the north of North Sulawesi. Now, at the moment, they hold a record of 4 finals, along with Dionysia Sayom Orumbaka, who was in 4 finals. But when you look at their path through to today's semi-final, you see what good form the reigning world and Olympic champions are in. All of their matches in straight games, including the former Olympic champion, Jiang Nan, and his new partner, Liu Xuan, in yesterday's quarterfinal. So, Praveen Jordan is 24 years of age, born in Bontang in East Kalimantan on the island of Borneo. 2 finals he's been in here, so he's looking to reach his 3rd final at the Indonesian Masters with a 3rd different partner. OKTAVIANTI, winner with Ronald in 2016. She's 23 years of age, and don't pay any attention to their current world ranking, 273, because they've only got 1 tournament towards that world ranking. And of course, you need a minimum of 10 tournaments to get anything like a realistic reflection of your capabilities. They lost in the 2nd round last week, Jordan and OKTAVIANTI. And this week, as you can see in the very first round, they beat OKTAVIANTI's former partner, Ronald, who had to come through the qualifying with his new partner. Number 5 seeds in the 2nd round, Saosung Jae, the left-hander, and Kim Ha Na, and then a pair promoted from the qualifying in the quarter-final stage. So our court officials from Sri Lanka and Indonesia, our umpire Edivri Singha of Sri Lanka, Wayana of Indonesia is the service judge. Now, not surprisingly, this will be the first meeting between these 2 pairs, because it's only the 2nd ever tournament that Jordan and OKTAVIANTI have played together.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Melati Diva Montivento and Praveen Jordan, Indonesia. And on my left, Liliana NATSIR and Tontowi AHMAD, Indonesia. Liliana NATSIR to serve to Melati Diva OKTAVIANTI. Love all. Play.
So the three-time former champions, the reigning world and Olympic champions, Tantowi, AHMAD and Liliana NATSIR getting this first semi-final underway.
Yes,
nice play by the youngest player on court.
Service over, 1-2.
OKTAVIANTI. Yeah, well, I thought she might be a little bit nervous at the start of this, but she started well.
Service over, 3-2. Service over, 3-all. Service over, sub. Service over, 4-3.
That's clever. Yeah. Liliana NATSIR, an absolute master of reading the game at the front of the courts, knowing where the gaps are. She has been struggling over the last year or so, or maybe even longer, with that knee injury.
5-4.
Well, he's a very powerful athlete, is Praveen Jordan.
5-all.
Very strong legs. But on that occasion, caught off balance.
Six, 5. Seven, 5.
Yeah, a wonderful example of what I was alluding to a moment ago with Liliana NATSIR.
8-5.
Very efficient with her movement, efficient with her thought process. Oh, that's clever. Nicely done from Praveen Jordan.
Service over, 6-8.
Yeah, caught on the return of serve.
Service over, 9-6.
The raised hand in apology. Well, he looked down at the front service line after he'd made that error, as if to say to himself, I should have left that. I'm not sure he should have. I thought that was going in. So it is the three-time former champions who go to the mid-game interval. They have a 5-point advantage. Now, there won't be any coaching staff involved here because both pairs from Indonesia. And the national coaches can't seem to be biased in any reason. And therefore, the players all left to their own devices. And that, in my opinion, is all right and proper. Crikey, was that really only 4 minutes? Goodness me.
$20 seconds. 20 seconds. $11, 6, play.
Oh, it's called out. I'd challenge that. Yes, they are challenging.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Call out.
Well, he thought about the previous one, didn't he? After making an error on the return of serve. Oof, that's close. I think maybe that was just short. Seeing it again. But we'll wait for Hawkeye to tell us for sure. Oh, well, they say it's past the line.
Correction in 12,
So
6,
that's a great challenge.
play. $13, 6.
Yeah. Well, she does have a very good defence,
Service over.
but I think since the knee injury,
7,
Liliana
13.
NATSIR is not crouching down so low in her defensive stance, and therefore she's not quite as solid on her defensive play.
$8, 13.
It's all important, I'm certain, for Jordan
9,
and
13.
OKTAVIANTI to get on the attack. Got to use Jordan's power. Apart from anything, you don't want the Olympic champions on the attack, because when they're hitting in a downward direction, that's when they're superb.
$10, 13.
Four straight points. Oh, that's trouble. Right from the onset of the rally, giving away the attacking play. The unseeded combination.
Service over. 14, 10.
Oh, well, AHMAD had
Service
a
over.
neck cord on the return
11,
of serve. This
14.
time it was Jordan. Look at that. That's what you call precision. It's gone wide.
$12, 14.
Or service fault called.
Too high.
Struck above the waist.
Too high.
Says the service judge. Here we go.
Service
Let's see it
over.
again.
15,
That probably
12.
was a jolly good spot. She did seem to come a little bit higher on that. Good rally. Oh, my goodness, between the legs. Well, super exchanges.
Service over. 13-15.
Well, this is getting very tight indeed, isn't it?
14-15.
7 points adrift at one stage. 6-13 down. So 8 of the last 10 points. Oh, good serve. Yeah, well taken. And they're back level.
15.
Praveen Jordan and Melati OKTAVIANTI.
Play.
Well, it's these big pressure points.
Service over.
That's what
16,
defines
15.
sporting greatness and separates the champions from the contenders. Yeah, and from 15 all, there's been 2 errors from the youngster,
17,
OKTAVIANTI.
15.
And I can tell you, Praveen Jordan was just having a quiet word, giving encouragement. Yeah, it's a good return of serve.
Service over. 16-17.
Yeah, absolutely read that. They knew exactly what was happening, Praveen Jordan.
17 all.
That's the one. Look, as soon as he's playing that cross-court guided shot, he was moving forward, ready for the blocked return. And once again, it's all level. Oh, that's not the best of serves. Oh, but that's landed in. Misjudgment there from Liliana NATSIR.
18-17.
Well, they were ahead at 5-4, and since then they've been trailing until now, the unseeded combination.
You need a plaster?
Well, obviously, this is absolutely crucial.
18 all. Play. Service over. 19-18.
Oh, dear me. That was a loose, low serve from Praveen Jordan. Just practices as he returns the shuttle with another low serve. Look how loose that was over the net. You've got to try and get it skimming across the tape there. 19 all. Another good return of serve, and it means that the game point opportunity is with Jordan and OKTAVIANTI. Oh, that's brilliant. He couldn't have walked over there and placed it any better than that. Right into the corner from Tantowi Ahmad. Look at that. Wonderful shot. So 20 all. Extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. So having just saved a game points, now the former champions,
21,
AHMAD and NATSIR, have a game point themselves. And they convert the reigning world and Olympic champions. Played the pressure point so well, and they take the opening game 22-20. It's a good opening game, so survived that game point opportunity. So 17 minutes, and the former champions, AHMAD and NATSIR, won the game up.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, the umpire says 20 seconds of the 2-minute timeout remaining and invites the players to return to court. So the three-time former champions, AHMAD and NATSIR,
Second game.
one game to the
Love
goods
all.
after taking the first
Right.
22-20. But all four players on court, former champions at this
Service over.
Indonesian Masters.
One
In fact,
love.
between them, they have won 5 of the previous 7 Indonesian Masters mixed doubles titles. That's an extraordinary statistic, isn't it?
2 love.
What a tricky return of serve.
Service over.
A little bit of
1,
wizardry
2.
from Liliana NATSIR. Look at that, inside out, cross-court backhand net shot. Brilliant. Well, she made it look very, very easy, Liliana NATSIR, and I can assure you, technically, to play that backhand kill straight down the line, that's a difficult shot to play. The natural shot is to play it cross-court, having the racket head control to play that straight and play it straight down the line with a reasonable amount of power was exceptionally good.
Three, 2.
Yeah. She's played shots, pressure shots down the sidelines.
4,
They're going down
2.
the middle, straight at Praveen Jordan. Always changing up the angle, always changing up the pace, always looking for the gaps. And that's why she's been so successful in her career. Oh, it's long.
Five, 2.
Under severe pressure there, Tantoy AHMAD. Oh, it's landed well in. That's the difference in the ends with the drift.
Service over. 3,
Shuttle holding
5.
up this near side of the court. That's why that landed in. And in contrast, the world and Olympic champions need to be very careful with their deep pushes because they're liable to go long. That is sensational shot from Praveen Jordan.
4, 5. Service over. 6, 4. Service over. 5, 6.
Going wide. Well, just showing what a powerful athlete he is. That was a
6
magnificent smash. Yeah. Well, he's really taking on responsibility within the partnership, Praveen Jordan.
7, 6.
It was quite a surprise to many people that he was ending his partnership with Debbie Susanto. Highly successful partnership. They'd been as high as 2 in the world ranking. Gold medalists at the Southeast Asian Games of 2015. Bronze medalists at the Asian Games in Incheon in 2014. 12 tournament finals together. But I wonder if it just, the partnership had become a little bit stale and they just needed a little bit of time apart. But Praveen Jordan, to me, looks highly motivated and much more proactive, having changed a partnership.
Service over. 7-8.
Yeah, that's the problem with the drift that I was explaining.
Service over.
The Olympic champion's got to be awfully careful lifting the shuttle, because he didn't put much power on that and that still went long. Yeah, good judgment.
Ten, 7.
It was a super serve too.
Service over. 8-10.
I think I might be a little bit wary about getting involved in exchanges like that with Liliana NATSIR.
9-10.
That's where she's so good. Oh, it had a little think about it. Hit the top of the tape. Had a little look and decided to fall back her own side. Look at this. Oh, it did have a little look too. So, the advantage with Jordan and OKTAVIANTI, albeit just one solitary point. I was saying earlier that they are obviously trying to reach their 5th final here at the Indonesia Masters. And I was briefly telling you that it equals the record with Dionysius Hayom Orembaka, men's singles player from Indonesia who was in 4 finals. But I suppose his record is even better than the mixed doubles player because he was in 4 consecutive finals. 2010 he lost in the final. 2011 he won, and then the next 2 years he was beaten in the final as well. So whilst this pair have won 3 titles, they haven't been in 4 finals. But obviously if they reach a 5th final, that will be an outright record. Long way to go yet though. Good aggressive play from Praveen Jordan.
12-10.
Well, I'm not quite sure which smash was that height.
Service over. 11-12. All.
Oh, that's a good return.
Service
Racket
over.
arm outstretched,
13,
looking to take it early,
12.
then held the shot, creating the disguise and played the outright winner. That's magnificent. It was a great defensive shot from Praveen Jordan. Lifting cross-court, he knows that Liliana NATSIR, with her restricted movement at the moment, is going to struggle to get back from that one. Well, when she can reach the shuttle, she has the capability to play winners like that.
Praveen.
So just 1 point the deficit.
13-14. Play. All.
He's made a couple of errors on the return of serve, as Praveen Jordan today. It's very interesting to me, the unseeded combination of Jordan and OKTAVIANTI must be aware of the restricted movement of Liliana NATSIR, because they're training together on a daily basis, these
15,
players, and yet
14.
still they
Play.
have so much respect for her that they're trying to keep the shuttle away from her. Good rally. Oh, it's landed in. There's a challenge here from Praveen Jordan. Their first challenge of the match. Well, he's obviously hoping the drift took that just long. Oh, what does Hawkeye say? Yeah, it was out. Great challenge.
Correction, out. Service over. 15 all. Play.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the longest rally.
Service over, 16-15.
Well, that is an absolute rarity. Getting confused as to who's supposed to be taking what. Normally, they have a terrific understanding, but they both went for that one. That's disappointing.
Service over, 17-16.
Service error. Is that the first of the match? I know we thought we had a service error and it was challenged. And yes, indeed, it was the first error of the match because the challenge decided it was in.
(18-16).
Wonderful smash, great angle, and also had noticed that OKTAVIANTI was committed to the forehand defence, hit it down her backhand side, and she just didn't have time to change the grip. 2 points away from a place in the final for a 5th time. One point away from a 5th final at the Indonesia Masters for Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana NATSIR.
20, match point, 16.
8 of the last 10 points for the World and Olympic champions. Let's go on.
Service over, 17-20.
No, he struggled on his serve, Jordan. No, that was a good one. But that's gone wide. Yes. And the #1 seeds, the reigning world and Olympic champions, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana NATSIR, will contest the final of the mixed doubles here at the Indonesia Masters for a 5th time tomorrow. 22, 20, 21, 17, the margin of their victory. And the 3-time former champions
21-17.
Playing well when it mattered, saving that game point opportunity for their opponents in the opening game. But safely through to the final once more. Yes, all smiles for Liliana NATSIR. Just under 40 minutes. 22-20, 21-17.